Fonterra is a New Zealand business based at the bottom of the world. Most of our customers are in the Northern Hemisphere. We need to be able to efficiently get our product to market on time. KiwiRail is an essential part of Fonterra's network management in regards to getting our product from our manufacturing sites, but also our bulk milk into some of our manufacturing sites as well, and getting that support to be able to satisfy our customer needs. Kauri is an essential part of our network of Fonterra product going out into the globe, but it also has a vital part to play in the Northland economy.
This is Kauri site. It's the northernmost site in Fonterra. We process somewhere between 2.5 and 2.8 million litres of milk every day, and that's brought to site from as far north as just up past Kaitaia, down through into the Harbour Bridge in Auckland. We basically start from fleet. We've got our own fleet on site, we've got our reception, everything gets handled through and into the DC, and then it all goes out on rail. So every day KiwiRail supply 2 rakes, so 30 TEU. It's 1 full rake of 8 and 1 rake of 7. And we use them to load out all of our product, all of our export grade product. Rail is actually really good for us in a couple of ways. The products we load are 25 kg bag whole milk bags or skim milk bags on pallets, and they're susceptible to moving. Fewer times you can touch those pallets, the better. The idea is they come off the plant, they go into storage, we pick them up, handle them, and put them straight into a container and send them on a train. That avoids double handling through road freight. And it also means that we get all the road freight off the road and put it on a container away from the public. So we've got about 14,500 pallets storage capability on site. We're currently sitting at 85 or 86%. So every day, the skim milk plant's dropping 150 tonne of product, whole milk plant's dropping about 120 tonne of product, and the AMF and butter are going into that storage environment. And I need to get product out the back, otherwise we breach, and the only way to do that currently is on rail in containers. If one of the containers is damaged, one of the containers is a reject, or one of them isn't supplied for whatever reason, that 30 is not met, so the following day we're playing catch up, but there's already 30 booked for the following day, so you're sort of shuffling. We're already locking 3 days in advance. If we can't catch up today, we don't catch up. With no backup for that 30 TEU a day, there's no way to gain ground on what we need to push out. The only solution we've got is either put it on a truck and send it, or let the inventory volume go up. So for me, we need that surety of supply of those containers to keep the product moving.
Kauri was purpose-built back in the late 80s, and we've serviced them consistently since the late 80s. So we've had this long-standing relationship with Fonterra, and it's only been strengthened over the years because I think we understand each other's needs, and we have actually proved that we do provide a reliable, safe, efficient service. We run 3 shunts a day. We've got 6 LEs, 4 rail operators in Whangarei Terminal. Containers arrive from south. We check them over prior to shifting them to Fonterra siding. Any hiccups with a container that we might discover, we have the ability through the CT site to deal with anything that might crop up. We place the containers in the afternoon. They will tell us when their wagons are ready to be pulled for shipping out the night and should be on the port that very day.
When NAL went down, we pivoted really strongly to be able to move product from the Northland area into the Auckland area to be able to get back onto rail. It was very disruptive in the beginning. At the same time that we had the NAL out, we had the main trunk line through the Brynderwyns out. We have a number of our facilities that are only rail served, so their entire outbound volume moves on rail. The fact that road transport isn't an easy thing in New Zealand, we were in a situation where we were needing to truck 3,052 containers. It was a significant risk to us. We were having to put full containers onto the road and take them through what I would consider an unsatisfactory road network. When we lose rail, or we lose the efficiency or the network opportunities that we have to make changes. And having stable networks and efficient and compatible networks is really essential to us.
Anytime the rail is shut, we then have to juggle what we call hybrid loading model. We bring some containers in on road, they have to be road bridged, so there's cost to that, there's product risk to that, there's all the extra handling of that product movement, as opposed to pulling it out of store, sticking it in a container and sending it to port. So for us, that's the preferred way of operating.
And we were really proud of the work that KiwiRail did to get that rail network back up and running. The work that KiwiRail and the teams did to get those tunnels operational into the modern freight and transport way was exceptional, and I think that we can see the care that KiwiRail keeps in the network. An overview of where that rail network flows, it's not like you're talking about a major road where you've got easy connections. You're going across farmland, you're going into some pretty remote areas with some of that rail network, so it was an amazing feat.
The fact that Fonterra consider us to be an important part of their operation, it speaks volumes. They're a major customer in the north, so our staff committed to delivering on-time, safe, reliable service and to meet the needs of Fonterra. There's been a lot of work going into security on site. The whole yard is fully fenced. There has been numerous cameras put in to capture any issues with containers as they come in. A year or so ago, we moved from standardised size containers at Fonterra we're loading. Our old wagon fleet was reduced because the whole world was going to high cube containers. That was all part of the upgrade program for the NAL, where they lowered the tunnels, enabling us to be able to move that product in high cube containers, and so from then on we were still part of the major operation with Fonterra. It's been some huge change in Whanganei Yard, and from the hoist and from the introduction of all the sealing into the RMP certified, and we are set up now to provide any customer requirement needs that forthcoming.
We have major customers that look at the carbon provenance of the product that they're using within their product, and we actually report on the carbon that each product has. So we're so much more efficient from a carbon point of view with KiwiRail. Being able to move product on the rail network means that we're moving a number of containers at once. When we talk about partnerships, it's a really essential part of the partnership, the fact that we publish a standard and all of our partners work to that. And that's where KiwiRail really lead the way, how they actually make sure that our product is looked after with the same level of care that our teams provide to it. We need to work together for the better of not only our two businesses, but New Zealand export and import and the total New Zealand environment. So it's an essential partnership. And together the two businesses can become so much stronger. So I think if we can continue on the way that we're working, keeping the great people of KiwiRail as involved and engaged with Fonterra as possible, but also making sure that we are respecting the environment by utilising rail and having more opportunities to utilise the rail network.